Have you ever stood in front of the mirror and asked yourself, why? Why am I still here? Breathing, fighting, dragging your tired soul through this endless storm called life. Yeah, me too. Every single day. People see you and think they know who you are. They don't. They see a warrior standing tall, but they don't see what's inside. The past mistakes that haunt you, the suffocating doubts that whisper lies into your mind, ripping you apart piece by piece, every second you choose to keep breathing. And for what? For them? For their empty smiles and hollow praises? No. You don't do it for them. You do it for you, for the broken, shattered pieces of yourself that they'll never understand. You ever felt like you're carrying the weight of the whole world on your back? Like every breath you take is heavier than the last? Your chest caves in, the air feels too thin, the light too dim. You scream into the void, but it doesn't answer back. Not because you're weak, but because life is a battlefield. And sometimes, you're the one bleeding out, gasping for something, anything, to keep you going. Guess what? No one is going to reach down and pull you out of the mud. It's all on you. They say, keep fighting. You think you don't know that already? Every day, you wake up and step into the ring. Life swings hard and dirty, and it doesn't care if you're on your last breath. It will knock you down over and over until you forget why you even started. But here's the thing, you don't stop. You don't quit. Even when your knees hit the ground and the blood drips from your face, you rise. Not because you want to, but because you have to. Pain. It's all you know, an invisible shadow that clings to you, relentless. And maybe it's all I know too, a shared truth, a universal burden that binds us all together in silence. But here's the truth, pain doesn't break you. It shapes you. Every scar, every bruise, every tear you've cried alone in the dark becomes part of you. You take that agony, that rage, and you forge it into power. That's what warriors do. That's what survivors do. They'll look at you and see strength. They'll see a fighter, a survivor. But they won't see the nights you spend drowning in your own sorrow. They won't see the battles you fought when no one was watching. And that's fine. They don't need to see. This world doesn't care about your pain. It only cares if you can rise after every hit. You ever wonder why it's always you? Why the weight of the world seems to fall squarely on your shoulders? Like life itself painted a target on your back. You run, you fight, you get stronger, but it's always there, chasing you down. Maybe it's because you're different. Maybe it's because you can take it, even when it feels like you're breaking. Damn, it gets heavy, doesn't it? You push, you grind, and still, it feels like you're drowning. But here's the truth, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's reaching out a hand. And maybe that's what makes you dangerous, because you've learned to thrive in isolation, to harness your inner strength when no one else would lend you theirs. It's your resilience, your ability to endure and rise alone, that makes you unpredictable and unstoppable. Because you've learned to save yourself. You've learned to crawl out of your own hell, even when the flames were licking at your heels. They think strength is never falling, never breaking. But they're wrong. Real strength is being broken 1,000 times and still getting up. It's easy to look strong when you've never been tested. But real strength is standing up with blood in your mouth and tears in your eyes, refusing to quit. You fight not because it's easy, but because you have no choice. You didn't ask for this life, this weight, this war. But here you are, in the middle of it, and you've got no option but to keep moving, keep swinging, keep surviving. Strength isn't a choice. It's survival. It's all we know. And the darkness? Oh, it's always there. Lurking. Whispering. Calling your name. It tempts you, telling you to let go, to give in. But you don't. Not because you're not tempted, but because you know that once you let it in, it'll never leave. So, you fight it. Every day, every night, you fight the darkness. And maybe the hardest part isn't fighting the world, it's fighting yourself. Fighting the part of you that's tired, that's broken, that's ready to give up. But you don't. You can't. Because you've come too far. You've been through too much to let it end here. It's a kind of pain you can't explain. The kind that eats you alive from the inside out. The kind that makes you feel like you're walking through life with an open wound that never heals. And no one sees it. No one knows. You smile, you laugh, you pretend like everything's fine. But inside, you're screaming. It's not that you don't want help. It's that you know no one can give it to you. No one can take away that pain. No one can fix what's broken inside you. So, you live with it. You carry it. Every damn day. The hardest part isn't the pain. It's the loneliness. It's looking around and feeling like you're the only one carrying this weight, like the burdens you bear are invisible chains binding you to a reality others can't or won't understand. This kind of loneliness cuts deeper than solitude. It's the sense of being fundamentally apart, of shouldering a pain so unique it isolates you from the very people who might want to help. And yet, you carry on, wondering if anyone else knows this quiet, relentless fight. Like everyone else is living in a world you'll never be a part of. Maybe we're different. Maybe we're meant to carry the weight so others don't have to. But damn, it gets lonely. You want to reach out. You want to let someone in. But how do you explain the kind of darkness that lives inside you? How do you let someone into a place that even you're scared to go? So, you don't. You keep it locked up. And you keep fighting alone. They look at you and see strength. They see someone who's unbreakable. But they don't see the cracks. They don't see the nights you spent on your knees, begging for the pain to stop. They don't see the times you stood at the edge, wondering if it was even worth it anymore. And maybe that's a good thing. Because what would they do if they knew? Nothing. This is your fight. Your burden. Your hell. But here's the thing, that's what makes you stronger than them. You carry it. You survive it. You live through it, even when it feels like it's killing you. And one day, they'll look at you and wonder how you did it. How you survived when everyone else would have broken. But they'll never understand. And that's okay. They don't need to. You didn't survive for them. You survived for you. For that little piece of yourself that refuses to die. That refuses to give up. That refuses to let the darkness win. And that's enough. So, what now? What's next? Next is whatever you make it. It's pushing through when the world's telling you to stop. It's standing up when every muscle in your body is screaming at you to stay down. It's taking all that pain, all that fire, and turning it into fuel. Because the world isn't going to give you mercy. It's not going to stop hitting you just because you're tired. But you don't need mercy. You don't need easy. You need the fight. Because you're not just a warrior. You're a survivor. You're the one who stands tall, even when your heart is shattered. You're the one who fights, even when the fight is already lost. And one day, when they look at you, they won't just see a warrior. They'll see a legend forged by fire, scars, and an unrelenting will to survive. They'll see the embodiment of resilience, a testament to what it means to rise, fall, and rise again. And they'll know this is what strength looks like. And they'll know you didn't just survive. You conquered. You rose from the ashes. You became unstoppable. That's all. I'm out.